You will spend 26 years of your life completely unconscious. If you live to be 78, that is over 9,000 days entirely paralyzed and hallucinating. But this bizarre, vulnerable state is not a biological glitch. It is the ultimate human upgrade. So why do we actually need to power down and risk our lives every single night? To find out, we have to look deep inside the hidden world of the sleeping brain. Sleep is not just an off switch. It is an incredibly active process of daily construction and repair. As you close your eyes, you enter non-REM stage 1. It is a very light, drifting sleep. Suddenly, you might feel a falling sensation and jerk awake. This is known as a hypnic jerk. It happens because your brain misinterprets your relaxing muscles as a sign that you are physically falling. Next is stage 2. Your heart rate steadily drops and your core body temperature begins to cool down. Your brain waves slow down, but fire off rapid electrical bursts called sleep spindles to protect your slumber. Then comes stage 3, deep sleep. This is the absolute most restorative phase of the entire night. During this stage, your body releases human growth hormone, rapidly repairing muscles and damaged tissues. It also fortifies your immune system, deploying white blood cells to fight off hidden microscopic infections. Finally, about 90 minutes in, you hit REM sleep, which stands for rapid eye movement. Your brain becomes just as active as when you are awake, but your body is completely paralyzed. So what exactly is the brain doing while the physical body is totally locked down? It is taking out the trash. A vital network called the glymphatic system suddenly activates. Cerebrospinal fluid washes through your brain tissue, literally flushing out toxic chemical byproducts from the day. One of these toxins is amyloid beta, a harmful protein heavily linked to Alzheimer's disease. Without deep sleep, this plaque builds up. Sleep is a nightly power wash for your mind. REM sleep is also where the magic of dreaming happens. But why do we actually dream? One leading scientific theory suggests dreams act as a safe virtual reality to process intense emotional trauma. Another theory argues that our brains are simply trying to make sense of random neural static. But if dreams are so important, why do we forget 90% of them within 10 minutes? During REM sleep, the brain completely shuts down the production of a memory-forming chemical called noradrenaline. We're biologically programmed to let dreams slip away, ensuring we never confuse them with waking reality. What about blind people? Those blind from birth still dream, but they build worlds using sound and touch. Their dreams are just as vivid, proving the brain does not need physical eyes to create complex reality. Beyond dreams, sleep is the ultimate cognitive enhancer. It permanently moves facts from short-term to long-term memory. It is exactly like hitting the save button on your day. Pulling an all-nighter actively blocks learning. Physically, missing sleep completely ruins your metabolism. It spikes ghrelin, the hormone that makes you crave junk food. It also crushes your immune system, making you 3 times more likely to catch a common cold. Your body desperately needs this nightly downtime to balance insulin levels and keep your heart healthy. All of this is controlled by a 24-hour internal clock known as the circadian rhythm. As the sun sets, your brain releases melatonin, the natural hormone that signals it is time for bed. But modern technology has completely hijacked this ancient biological system. Enter the modern smartphone. Blue light glowing from digital screens tricks your brain into thinking the bright sun is still up. This artificially suppresses melatonin production, leaving you tossing and turning in the dark for hours. For millions of people, sleep does not come easily. Insomnia is the chronic inability to fall or stay asleep. Then there is sleep apnea, a dangerous condition where a person stops breathing dozens of times every hour. This invisible disorder starves the brain of oxygen and puts massive, silent stress on the human heart. Have you ever woken up but found you could not move a single muscle? That is sleep paralysis. Your conscious mind wakes up before your body officially exits the chemical paralysis of REM sleep. It is often accompanied by terrifying hallucinations, like seeing a dark shadow figure standing in your room. Narcolepsy is the exact opposite. The brain suddenly and uncontrollably forces you into REM sleep during the day. Sleepwalking occurs in deep, non-REM sleep, where the brain is asleep but the body can still move. People have been known to cook complex meals and even drive cars while remaining completely unconscious. Night terrors also happen in deep sleep, causing extreme panic and screaming without any nightmare to explain it. Restless leg syndrome creates an irresistible, crawling urge to move your legs, destroying any chance of rest. These terrifying disorders show exactly how fragile the complex, highly evolved machinery of sleep really is. When the biological gears slip, the consequences for our physical and mental health are immediate and severe. Chronic sleep deprivation literally shrinks the brain over time and rapidly accelerates long-term cognitive decline. Over decades, poor sleep is directly tied to obesity, diabetes, heart disease, and a significantly shorter lifespan. But can you actually survive without sleep altogether? The short, scientific answer is absolutely not. In a rare genetic condition called fatal familial insomnia, patients permanently lose the ability to sleep. Within just a few months, this relentless insomnia leads to rapid physical deterioration and eventually death. Even a few days without sleep causes severe paranoia, vivid hallucinations, and total short-term memory failure. The official world record for staying awake is 11 days, but it caused the participant severe psychological trauma. The truth is, sleep is just as essential for basic human survival as drinking water or eating food. Yet, in our fast-paced modern society, we still treat sleep like a luxury we can afford to skip. Let us look at some of the weirdest sleep facts. For instance, why do we actually yawn? Scientists believe yawning forcefully cools down the brain and increases alertness when we start feeling sluggish. Why do we snore? It is just the loud sound of relaxed throat tissues vibrating as air pushes past. Why do some people talk in their sleep? It is a harmless motor breakthrough during lighter sleep stages. Why do newborn babies sleep so much? Because their developing brains are building millions of new neural connections daily. Teenagers, on the other hand, are biologically wired by puberty to go to bed much later at night. Their natural circadian rhythm shifts heavily forward, making early morning school start times completely unnatural and counterproductive. What about the animal kingdom? Dolphins sleep with only one half of their brain awake so they can keep breathing. Horses possess a special mechanism to lock their knees, allowing them to sleep completely standing up to escape predators. Bats sleep hanging upside down because their delicate wings are not strong enough to take off from the flat ground. Even tiny jellyfish, which do not even have a central brain, enter a highly measurable sleep-like state of rest. This proves that sleep is a universal rule of biology, evolving hundreds of millions of years ago. Now, let us finally bust some of the biggest and most dangerous myths about human sleep. Myth number 1. You can easily catch up on your lost sleep by sleeping in on the weekends. Completely false. Sleep debt does not work like a bank account. You cannot fully reverse the cellular damage. Myth number 2. Your brain completely shuts down and rests when you go to sleep at night. Actually, during REM sleep, your brain is up to 30% more active than when you are awake. Myth number 3. A glass of alcohol helps you sleep better. It might knock you out, but it blocks restorative sleep. So, how do we actually get better sleep? Science gives us a very clear, evidence-based roadmap. First, consistency is key. Go to bed and wake up at the exact same time every single day. Second, get bright morning sunlight immediately after waking up. It perfectly resets your biological circadian rhythm. Third, exercise regularly during the day, but avoid intense, heart-pounding workouts right before your bedtime. Fourth, heavily limit caffeine after 12 noon. It has a quarter life of 12 hours in your nervous system. Fifth, banish all glowing screens at least an hour before bed. Try reading a physical paper book instead. Sixth, keep your bedroom very cool. Around 65 degrees Fahrenheit is scientifically optimal for initiating deep sleep. Seventh, avoid eating heavy meals late at night and manage daily stress with simple deep breathing exercises. Your bedroom should be treated as a dark, quiet, distraction-free cave designed exclusively for rest and recovery. Sleep is not a waste of time. It is the absolute foundation of human health, intelligence, and emotional stability. It is the best medicine, the ultimate performance enhancer, and it is completely free. Go get some sleep.